What's going on, you guys? Draven Games MTG, and this is MTG Unboxed, so stay tuned because you don't want to miss this. What's going on, you guys? Draven Games MTG back with another video, and this is MTG Unboxed. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend. So, you guys, right now it is pre-release weekend for, and I'll show it to you guys. Edge of Eternities. So, how have you guys done in the pre-release? Well, I'll talk to you about my experience and how it went. And, let's get into it. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you guys are. So, with that being said, Friday night, I partook locally in the Edge of Eternities pre release, and it was fun. It went, I would say, just okay. In regards to me placing, I didn't place well. So, guys, one thing you need to know, I would say limited is probably, if not one, or if not the hardest, probably one of the hardest formats in the game, especially, pre-release. Uh, Drafting is a little more evened out when, you're sitting around the table and you're passing, the packs of cards around and picking a card. Pre-release, you don't do that. In pre-release, of course, in the box you get 6 packs and a hollow foil rare, and you're working with what you get. For all you guys that are new to Magic the Gathering trading card game, you open up the 6 packs, you open up the rare that you get along inside the box, and you're pretty much working with what you get. So a lot of times, people tend to not get a good box while the opponent, your opponent or a player, across from them or next to them gets something really good, and it's very hard to work with. So, but look, that does tend to happen, and if that does happen, don't sweat it. It's okay. So, with that being said, there's always other, opportunities for you to pull a good box. So, and when you do, just really work with and read everything carefully with what you get, and try to devise a really, because there's a lot of competition, especially in limited. As you guys know, I'm very much a constructed player. I prefer constructed formats over limited. Limited is my weakest format. So we did go 0-2. Unfortunately, I did win one game, round one, in the pre-release, which first game my opponent won, I won the second game, and we went to game 3, which I did not take. Round 2, I didn't win at all, which is fine. And again, guys, like I said, pre-release, it's very, very difficult. And I don't, even when I'm playing on MTG Arena, I don't struggle as much or at all really in constructed format like I do in limited. So I do plan eventually, hopefully, when I can, get the chance to up my game in limited. But with that, let's get into what I pulled. So I'll show you guys. With this, I won't go through card for card, but I'll show you the deck here. The deck here that I played is Mardu Colors. And for you guys that don't know, Mardu Colors, those are plains, swamps, and mountains. And, based on the rares that I pulled, I decided to play 3 colors. And it went somewhat okay. I played 18 lands. And this is other players too, because I've talked with other players about it. I normally play a little over 40 cards because I try to squeeze in as much as I can in regards to stuff that I need if I think that it's, valuable to the deck and that it's going to do something for me to potentially win. But what I will go through with you is card for card the rares that we pulled. So I think we played like 43 card deck, and then I sideboarded. Of course, I do have the sideboard in here. So and I'm really excited to share with you guys the rares that I pulled, because some of the cards well, especially one card which I'm about ready to show you, I definitely wanted, and I don't think there's much value in price to it, but it's a pretty cool card. So the first card is, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, uh, it's Corral. I think it's Coral or Corral of the Void. So I'll show that to you guys up close. So guys, this is a really cool card. And if you guys don't know what this does, it's an enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put target creature card from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. It has Void ability. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this aura unless a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn. And if you guys don't know what warped means, that means that, for a warp cost, you can play a card for at a cheaper cost than its converted mana cost, put it onto the field. At the end of the your next end phase, which is pretty much, that turn, it gets temporarily taken off the field, and then later on you could play it for its converted mana cost. So that is warp, you guys, from my understanding, because some of these abilities are new, and I had to kind of learn them as I was playing. So the next card, so the guys, I think this is some value. This is a little bit of value that we did get, which is Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnought. And I'll show it up close to you guys. So guys, this card's really cool. So basically, the way that this card works, you guys, is this is a legendary artifact. It's a spacecraft, and you have to station it, meaning you have to tap. So it has two abilities. It says +10 and +20. Its +10 is whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to one target creature or planeswalker. Its +20 is a flying creature with 20 power and toughness. And that is very, very cool. So the way that you make this work, and I'll show it again to you guys, is if you want to +10 it, you have to take creatures with power equal to the number here, and you're going to have to tap them as a sorcery and add, and that adds the counters. So same thing with its +20. You would have to do that with creatures that equal 20 altogether. That's not one creature. It could be one creature. It could be multiple creatures, but you have to tap as your creatures as a sorcery to put the counters on, or a spell that adds counters onto this card or any other spacecraft. And that's how that ability works. So I was actually able to +10 it while I was playing in round 2, and unfortunately I didn't get enough creatures on the field to be able to just take my opponent's creatures out. I mean, I think that's pretty ridiculous that this card can deal 100 damage up to one target creature or planeswalker. That's insane. So, but I think it's even more, well, just as insane to make this a flying creature with 20 power and toughness. So that's the second card that we pulled. The third card is a board wipe. We actually got Mutinous Massacre, and I'll show that up close to you guys. So I'll pull it back a little bit. So basically, I'll read this off to you guys. So you choose odd or even, destroy each creature with mana value of the chosen quality, then gain control of all creatures until end of turn. Untap them, they gain haste until end of turn. 0 is even. So that is the next card. I actually did not. I drew this in hand multiple times throughout the tournament, but actually did not get to play it, which I was kind of upset. It's a cool card. And then another one, we pulled, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, a leg acolyte. It's a strange name, but it's a creature human cleric. So I'll show that up close to you guys. It has lifelink, and whenever one or more creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose a life, 1 life. And it has void at the beginning of your end step. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. So this is also really cool. I did get to play a little bit of this, so it's definitely, cool. So another rare that we pulled was it's called Tonic, Steadfast Second. It's a legendary creature. It's a Kavu pilot. It's a red creature card. So this is cool. I did get to use this and put this onto the field. So basically what it does, you guys, is other creatures you control have haste. Artifact cards and red creature cards in your hand have warp for 2 and a red, 2 and a mountain. So that's a really cool card. And then we pulled a borderless art scavenger grounds, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with what scavenger grounds does. This is a cool card. Basically, it's a land desert. You add 1 colorless mana, and for 2 you sack this desert, or sacrifice a desert. Exile all graveyards. So that's really cool. The next 2 we didn't play because we did not splash or play any blue, but we got Manon the Right Hand. I'll show you guys up close. So this is a cool card. I was reading it when I opened the box. So for 3 and 2 islands, it has flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast artifact spells from the top of your library. Artifacts you control have tap an island. Spend this mana only to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. So that, it's a legendary creature, Jellyfish Advisor. That's a really cool card. I'll show you guys that one more time. So it's a shame that we did not get to play blue because this seems like it's very powerful. So, and then the next card we pulled, which may have or hold a little value, and I'm a big fan of this dual land, is Watery Grave, you guys. And for all you guys that are new, if you don't know about Watery Grave, this is a much older card. I did not know, even though I looked through the MTG spoilers, that it was reprinted. So it's a shock land. So it is an island swamp. You could tap for a island or swamp, and as this land enters, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. So those are the rares that we got, you guys, and it's, like I said. So we did win a pack that I have in my backpack over there. We pulled, I'll just let you guys know, is the Eldrazi creature. There's only, I think, 1 Eldrazi creature that was printed in this set. Don't know why. It's a cool card, don't get me wrong, but I don't think there was a purpose of it being, printed, at least now, within this set. So, but we did pull that as the prize pack that we got for entering, and that was the rare. So, with that being said, I wanted to, show you guys some of the cool stuff that we got, and, how did you guys do in the pre-release? Did you guys do well? Did you pull any value? One card I wanted to go over with you guys was the Tezzeret Planeswalker. So I did want to pull that for value. I did not pull that. That card is probably, and guys, comment down below if you think like I do and believe that this is probably one of, if not the best Tezzeret in the game. Because that Tezzeret Planeswalker that has been printed in Edge of Eternities is absolutely insane for three colorless, and the abilities that it does, completely insane. So with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys did well during the pre-release, and hope you guys pulled some great stuff. So, with that being said, I will see you guys soon, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, Dre here. If you enjoyed this video, then check out all my other videos exclusively here on Draven Games MTG. And as always, be sure to, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to always help the channel out. And it'll be helping me out, which would be greatly appreciated. And for anyone who's brand new, looking forward, and if I haven't met you yet, looking forward to meeting you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, I will see you in the next video. See ya.